I've always taken a lot of pride in being self-taught. And what that means is that for everything that I've had to do in life, just about every job, there weren't always a lot of people around to help me. And the things that I've had to do, I've had to figure out myself or just learn the hard way most of the time. I wouldn't be honest, though, if I said that there was never anyone around to help me. And this story is about one of those times someone was there to help me. Long before I was even called to the ministry, my best friend's dad was a man named Reverend Ray Rogers. And when you think about what a pastor should be, or what an elder should be, he was that. Just a wonderful personality, beautiful smile, excellent preacher, and a singing voice that was just out of this world. I mean, he was everything that you would want in a man and in a pastor. And so I always looked at him from a distance, and noticing that he was such a great pastor, I finally got the nerve to ask him one day, what does it take to be a great pastor? You know, what do you have to do? What makes you great? And he gave me some advice. And quite honestly, it was the advice that a lot of other people had given me. He said, follow God and not man. And I'm like, okay, you know, everyone that I've asked that same question said the same thing. But he went on to give me a better example of that. He said, follow God and not man. Follow God and not the crowd. Follow God and not people. And that begs the question, who is people? Reverend Rogers put it like this. He said, people will look at you. They'll observe you. They'll notice if you speak well, if you're handsome, if you can sing. They'll notice all of these things. And they'll want to be around that aura. He said, but people are like this. People will find the tallest tree. And people will gas you up, compliment you, and flatter you, and encourage you to climb the tallest tree that they have found. After you have reached the top of that tree, they will find the longest limb on that tree, and they will encourage you to crawl out on that limb. And while you're crawling out on that limb, celebrating your miraculous and victorious achievement, they will saw and cut the limb from that tree and laugh and smile as you fall to the ground and to your death. He said that is people. So follow God and not people. I'm so thankful for Reverend Rogers for that piece of advice that he gave me a long time ago, because he was 100% right. Whenever someone comes to you and says, people are saying this, or people say this, or people say that, your first question should be, who is people? Because people are just like Reverend Rogers described. They'll gas you up, they'll encourage you, they'll say things to your face that they wouldn't say behind your back, and they'll say things behind your back that they wouldn't say to your face. It's not that you can't trust anybody. It's not that you can't trust certain people, but you should never, never, under any circumstances, follow the crowd. Never, under any circumstances, try to be like someone else. God made you an original. Don't die a copy. You have to be yourself. And I think what you'll find out when you live life being yourself and operating in the gifts that God has given you, you're going to be a lot happier. You're going to be a lot blessed. Those around you, your family, your household, they're going to be a lot more blessed too. It's stressful trying to be somebody else, right? That's what leads us to depression. That's what leads us to so many difficulties in life, is trying to be or pretending to be someone that we're not. So I just stopped by to tell you today, be yourself and be your best self. Follow God, follow your spirit, but do not under any circumstances follow people, simply speaking.